Today, Baba is telling us that we are the ones who perform the spiritual drill. So, in the world, everybody does the physical drill. Yes, so, and the physical drill is supposed to benefit the physical health of the body. And Baba teaches us the spiritual drill. Now, this is a very new thing because in the world nobody knows or nobody has any idea about what a spiritual drill is. But Baba says that in the Gita it is mentioned that you should be man mana bhav. So Baba says that man mana bhav, or the direction to be man mana bhav, is the direction to do the spiritual drill. And Baba says this spiritual drill you do through the intellect. So you engage in the spiritual drill through the intellect. And Baba says, what is the spiritual drill? When you recognize that you are the lover and Baba is the beloved, and stay in remembrance of Baba like that, then that is the spiritual drill. Now you see that this point is very important because Baba is trying to underline that you cannot remember Baba with your heart if you don't feel that love for Baba. Yes, and you see, in order to remember Baba, you need the introduction of Baba. You need to know what you get from Baba, but you also need to have love for Baba. You cannot remember anyone if you don't have love for them in your heart. And how do you have love for Baba? So when you remember that for half the cycle, you have been the lover of that one beloved, and you have been looking out, seeking for that one beloved. So do you understand that whatever we seek for 2500 years in all relationships, all those attainments we get from Baba. And so every soul, if I ask you what a parent should be like, what a friend should be like, what a mother should be like, what a teacher should be like, what a beloved should be like, then we all have an idea about what every relationship should be like. But if I ask you, have you seen such an accurate relationship in your life? So only only on the screen, maybe, when you watch movies, etc., or read novels, then you see those relationships, not in the practical world. But still we keep looking for them, and then people keep creating these fantastic ideas of relationships, and then people keep looking for them in other people. So where does that whole idea come from? So Baba, when we meet Baba, so Baba gives us the essence, or Baba fills us with the love of all relationships. And that love or that experience of every true relationship is what we have in the confluence age by Baba. And then we fill our hearts. So, in the world, we always think that relationships should fulfill us, but actually relationships drain us. So, if you look at the research in the world, the research tells you that relationships is the biggest source of stress. So, human relationships are anything but fulfilling. But still, we keep looking for love in relationships. And we keep looking for, So psychology tells you there are many kinds of love. So all the kinds of love you keep looking for in relationships. So love of parents, love of siblings, love of friends, love of spouse, you keep looking for in people, but then you never find it, because actually you only experience this love in the last conference age in your relationship with Baba. And you keep looking for that love in human beings for half the cycle and never find it. And that is why everybody has a broken heart today. So, some people realize it, some people will realize it, but all our hearts are broken. And how do we realize our hearts are broken? So, sometimes you are taking a painkiller right now, so maybe there is some relationship which is giving you temporary joy. So, and in the illusion of that one person, you may feel that your heart is not broken enough. But then when that relationship is not there, then just look at your condition. So so what is your condition per se? It's a very broken heart. That is why nobody is capable of giving. We are all begging for love. And because we are all with broken hearts, and then we are begging for love, so that that love can make that heart whole. And then we keep looking for that, and then again we live in that illusion for some time, and then again we go back to our broken heart. So this is how things are happening. Do you agree with me or no? So you see, sometimes sometimes we feel no, our hearts are very whole, but no, just look at your condition when when the people you say who love you, they are not giving you enough love. Look at your condition. What is your condition? So you are surviving on everyday painkillers, and as soon as the painkiller stops, you can feel the ache. So that is the condition. And Baba tells us that precisely, I am the beloved and you are the lover. So the lover seeks the beloved for love. And Baba says, I am the one who gives you love. And that is why you keep looking for love. So you don't know me. So you keep looking for love in the wrong places for 2500 years. And then you that hope never dies. Nobody loses hope that they will never find love. Why? Because they have that memory that God gave them love, right? So everybody knows that there is love is possible. Why? Because 5000 years back Baba gave us that kind of love. So now Baba says, I am that one, that beloved who you have been looking for as lovers for 2500 years. And when you realize that, then you will not have to make effort to remember me. Remembering me will become very easy. And Baba says, this is the spiritual drill. So today Baba defines the spiritual drill as the soul as the lover remembering the beloved Baba through the intellect. So that is the spiritual drill. And Baba says, I ask you to do this drill, because this is the drill that will absolve you of your sins. And Baba's greatest love is Baba absolves us of our sins. And Baba says, and when your sins are absolved, then you will become the conquerors of sinful actions. Do you understand this? So Baba says that, the burden of sins inside you is making you a sinful soul. So because there is the sanskar of sin inside you, that is why you are performing sinful action, because you do or you express that which is contained inside you. You might blame people and situations for your actions, but they are just stimulating that which is contained inside you. So when we perform the spiritual drill in remembrance of Baba, when we burn our sins, then whatever is the environment, because there is no trace of sinful sanskars in us, so we will never perform sinful actions. So, did you now understand what is conqueror of sinful action? Conqueror of sinful action means whatever is the trigger around you, any person, any sanskar, any situation stimulating anything, but because you are clean from inside, there is no sinful sanskar in you, so you will not have a sinful response to it. You will not engage in any sinful action. So, Baba says, you remember me, you perform this spiritual drill, and just remember me like a lover remembers a beloved. And have you seen that? So, how many of you understand how lovers remember beloveds? So, they have no, they are lost in love. So, they have no, so nothing that is happening around them can make them forget the love, forget the beloved. So that kind of remembrance, if you want to have, then Baba says just emerge that awareness that Baba is my beloved of 2500 years and I am Baba's lover for 2500 years. And then your sins will be burned, because the only method to burn your sins is constant remembrance. And constant remembrance is on the basis of this, this memory or this awareness that Baba is the beloved and I am the lover. So this is one thing. And then Baba today talks about, so some days back also Baba had told that I lay the foundation for a kingdom which lasts for 2500 years, and that is an absolutely stable kingdom. And today Baba also reminds us that I give you the power. Nobody has that kind of power that they can fill you with the power to be in a kingdom or to rule a kingdom where there is absolute stability. So do you understand that what will be the power of the deities, that the nature or any soul will never go against them? So that is not physical power or power of force. Yes, so we hear this, that this nature will never cross its boundaries. So there will be no flood, no extra rainfall, there will be no storms in Satyug. Nature will not cause any discomfort to you, or no souls will attack your kingdom. But what is it that you have that nobody will attack you, or no, nature will not disturb you, or nature will not go against you? So what is that power? That is the power of purity. Do you understand the power of purity? So everybody understands the power of the power of money and position and political authority. But do you understand the power of purity? That you will not have to ask anybody not to misbehave. They will never misbehave. So that is you will not have to threaten anybody that you will face consequences. They will naturally, be cooperative with you, and they will consider it their fortune to be cooperative with you. So that is the power of purity. And these days we seek support, cooperation, we seek love, we seek companionship. But when we are in Satyug, we don't seek any of these things. But every soul, the scenes of the drama, the nature, they will cooperate with us on their own, and happily they will be happy to cooperate with us. And then everything will be in perfect harmony. And all that requires the power of purity. And Baba says, I fill you with that power of purity. In this whole world, nobody can fill you with the power of purity. Only Baba is the ocean of purity. And when you remember Baba, Baba fills you with that power. And that power, so all those Baba's children who remember Baba, who fill themselves with yoga power, they feel it in the confluence age also, that their mind, intellect, sanskars, they cooperate with them. So they are able to think and feel the way they want, or focus where they want. So you become the master of your own subtle organs. You become the master of your physical organs. Your ears don't want to hear something that is not again, that is against Srimad, or your mouth doesn't want to eat something or speak something that is against Srimad. So Baba says that this is the power of purity. And then nature also starts cooperating with you, and there will be less hindrance to your positive purposeful thoughts, and more hindrance to your negative thoughts. So there was this one Kanya, and I'll share her experience. So very nice Baba's bachi, and when she came into Gyan, very pure hearted, very nice child of Baba. And she had a lot of interest in yoga. So ever since she came, she would have equal attention towards Murli and yoga. And then after some time, once I asked her, do you make any mistakes, or you stay according to Srimad all day? So she laughed. She started laughing. And then I asked her, why are you laughing? So she said, I want to, but Baba doesn't let me. So I said, give me an example. So she said, Didi, I didn't go partying for very long after I came to Baba. But one day I thought, okay, enough today, I'll go and meet friends and I'll party. And then I tried booking a cab, and that cab didn't get booked only. So no cab, half an hour I kept booking. And then, I thought, okay, let me just step out and look for some other three-wheeler or something, and it started raining. And then I thought, okay, Baba, you don't want me to go? Okay, let me just sit. And then I thought, okay, so let me meditate then. So at least give me something, give me some support, let me meditate. So there were dogs barking outside. So I said, they're barking so loud. Now I can't even meditate, and you're not letting me go to the party. So those dogs became quiet. And then I understood that, okay, so Baba is telling me, you sit and meditate, don't go party. So then I accepted it. So she said, and this is not the only time. She said, there are so many times when I want to do something wrong, and then something happens and I'm not able to. And then she said that, Didi, so I said, this is because of the power of yoga. So when you in the confluence age, when you fill yourself with yoga power, that yoga power will stop you from doing negative act, so performing sinful action, and it will help you in performing actions according to Srimad. So, and in Satyug, that yoga power will make you the master of everything. So nothing will not cooperate with you. That will, that situation won't come. So Baba says, I fill you with that kind of power. And so there are people who seek peace, and there are people who seek power, and Raj Yoga is for both. So if you want to even be really powerful, this is the only method. It's not just for becoming peaceful. So sometimes, so once there was one brother, and he was a businessman, and he said, you people are seeking peace, so, and you people are seeking contentment, so okay, this path is for you. And so, but I'm not seeking all of that. I don't value peace, I don't value contentment, I value power. So I need a lot of power. So I said, and have you had it? You are still seeking. So if you know the method, tell me. So he said, no, so I am just, trying whatever I know, but I definitely don't want to be contented and peaceful. So I said, but even if you want to be powerful, this is the method. This is Raj Yoga, because you can't be powerful, without having the power of purity. If you don't have the power of purity, you will only waste your energy fighting obstacles. But if you have the power of purity, you will be able to do what you intend to do, achieve what you intend to achieve, and the whole universe will cooperate with you. So, this is also there. So, Baba says that I fill you with all the power. And then Baba today tells us that this is a 5,000-year cycle, and this is predestined, and it has 4 equal parts. And you see, in the world, people think that the cycle is very long, and it's lakhs of years and this and that. But, or 14 million years ago the world was created, and then 14 million years later it will be destroyed, and such things. But Baba tells us that no, this is a very finite cycle of just 5,000 years. And how many of you feel that you have 100% faith that this is a 5,000 years cycle? So yes, so there are many who don't have faith, so or they are still in that state where they say, I don't know. Yes, but Baba tells us it's a 5,000 years cycle, and you must have faith in whatever Baba says, because if you don't have faith in one thing, then you don't have faith in Baba. Okay, so let's understand, how do you understand that this is a 5,000 year cycle? So you see, if you look at the population, then the population 100 years ago, the world population was approximately 2 billion. And today it is close to 9 billion. And 100 years before that, it was 1 billion. Okay, so 1 billion to 2 billion in 100 years, 2 billion to 9 billion in another 100 years. Now, if it takes 200 years to shift from 1 billion to 9 billion, does it take lakhs of years to become 1 billion? No. Population increases by geometric progression. So you must understand that if you look at the population, this is a clear indicator that it is not a long cycle. Second thing is, when we rotate the Swadarshan Chakra, or when Baba reminds us that you were in Satyog and you were a deity, then we are able to remember it. If we rotate, if we think about what Baba says, then that memory emerges. And if something is a lakh-year-old memory, it is not going to emerge. Yes, it's not a very infinite cycle, because when we try to remember what happened 5,000 years ago, we are able to remember. So although we need the knowledge from Baba, but we are able to access that part of our memory. It is not very embedded. It is still there, it's not that inaccessible. So this is also another thing which I feel proves this. And second, and then you see, Baba tells us that it is equal 4 parts. And Baba says in the world, everything is balanced. So you see, day and night also are equal. So, more or less they are equal. And the seasons are also balanced. So this is a world of balance. It is not like one yuga will be much bigger than the other yuga and this and that. And then you see, Baba also tells us that we have been depleting in this cycle. And science tells you have been evolving. Right? So science tells you were monkeys and then you evolved into human beings. And then Baba says you were deities and you have been depleting and becoming humans. Now you see, according to science only, there is this law of entropy. and it works in the world. And law of entropy means that everything moves from an organized to a disorganized state. Nothing moves from nothing moves from a disorganized to an organized state. So everything will eventually move from an organized to a disorganized state. This is the law of entropy. And Baba says that, we have been falling, not gaining power or not evolving. And another thing is, you see, I feel this very strongly, that Baba in the Murli many times says that when the Suryavanshis are there, the ones who are residents of Satyug, then the Chandravanshis are not there. Okay, then the ones who are residents of the Silver Age are not there. And once they come, then the Suryavanshis are not there. So Baba says that when there are deities, there are no human beings. And when there are human beings, there are no deities. So change happens, And Baba, some days back, also gave one very nice point. Baba said that if someone is peaceless in the world, the whole world will become peaceless. Yes, Baba said that if there is peace in the world, then everybody will become peaceful. Or if there are some people who are peaceless, then that will impact. Either, they will all make him peaceful, or, this one will drive everybody crazy. So this is also one law that, there has to be uniform growth. So it cannot happen that, one person is peaceful and another is peaceless, and then eventually they will all become, either peaceful or peaceless, because everybody impacts everyone else. This is the law of the world. But it is very interesting that in the theory of evolution, people say that monkeys evolved into human beings, but there are monkeys and human beings both today. So if monkeys evolved into human beings, why are they monkeys? And what are the factors because of which they didn't evolve? So that is not what Baba says. Baba says that when you were deities, you were all deities. Baba uses this expression, Yatha Raja Rani Tatha Praja. So the kings were deities, the Praja were deities, everybody was deity. And then when you depleted, you all depleted. So this is a very, so when you think about the truth, you can feel what is true. So Baba tells us that it is a 5,000 years cycle. It is, it is divided into 4 equal parts, and then we are depleting in this cycle, and then according to the law of entropy, we deplete on our own. But when Baba comes, then Baba gives us the power to go back to Satyug. So instead of without an external force, you cannot go back to Satyug on your own. You can deplete on your own, but you cannot recharge on your own. That is why Baba has to come from the soul world to recharge us. So this is something that Baba tells us. And then Baba tells us that this is a predestined drama. So there is no point worrying at any point. So do you remember the predestined, do you remember that this is a predestined drama always? So if it is predestined, then there is no emotion attached to any scene. So I'll tell you one thing. So yesterday there was somebody who sent a video, okay? And in that video, there is a very big tree that fell. And there was one mother and her child. They were crossing that street at the same time. And then the tree fell on them. But then it fell in such a way that neither the child nor the mother got hurt. Okay, so they both survived. And then that person said that, this is the power of good karma. So I wrote, or bad. So they said, what does that mean? So I said, let's say that mother is going to go and get beaten up at home by the husband. Then that's bad karma that she survived. if she had left the body, maybe she would get another husband, which would be better than this one, or she would be the one, free in the next birth. So who knows? So then that person said, this is such negative thinking. So I said, no, this is not negative thinking. This is what, when something happens, if somebody is born, why is that good news? And somebody dies, why is that bad news? Or, why is somebody getting a job good and somebody losing a job bad? So all of these interpretations are very body conscious. Do you understand this? So if you don't understand this, you don't understand predestined drama. You are judging every scene of drama. If you are not beyond the label of good and bad, if you are not beyond the label of this is success, this is failure, this is good, this is bad, you have not understood predestined drama. You are judging people according to what's happening in their, in and around their context. So predestined drama means it is what it is, neither good nor bad, nothing. Somebody left the body, okay, they left the body, that's it. How they left the body, good they left the body, no. Not good, not why, it's just they left the body. So this is how, you will be if you understand the predestined drama, that everything is going on as it does every cycle. And the interesting thing is 63 births of karmic accounts in the world of vices. So you can never judge, whether somebody's karma was good or bad, because you don't know how those karmas are manifesting, and if being born was very good, then, we are all born to settle our karmic accounts. How do you deal with that knowledge? So if the moment you enter the womb after copper age, you are settling karmic accounts. So how is birth a good thing? And how is death a bad thing? You settled one karmic account and you are off to another. So that's good, no? So these things, they are very, so when you look at it from the spiritual point of view, nothing is good or bad. Nothing matters. So, sometimes, so I remember there was this one person, and there was a flight crash in India, and there is only one person who survived. And then everybody said, that person is very lucky. And then I remember there was this news about all the authorities pestering that one person about how you survived. So there was some foul play involved in it, and you definitely did something because of which you survived and nobody else. And then somebody said, how unfortunate, he should have died. And he wouldn't have to go through all these troubles. So you see, you never know what looks like a good thing in one time, looks like a bad thing in another time. So that is why Baba says, don't think about anything that's happening in this drama, just deal with it. So whatever is happening, just ask, what do I have to do in this situation? Nothing more, nothing less, okay? So nothing is good, nothing is bad, nothing is, there's nothing like success or failure. It is what it is, okay? Om Shanti. Anybody wants to share anything, please do.
Yeah, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Baba always says one word in Murli, that is Smriti so Samarthi. And spirituality continues when we remember that we are so. This is drama.
Correct.
And one more word Baba says, Teen bindi ka tilak lagao. And this is the only way we will get our memory back.
Correct.
Slowly and gradually we will catch that.
Correct.
I understood this, Didi.
Yes, because as much as you quieten the conscious mind, the subconscious and the unconscious will awaken. So when you quieten the conscious mind, when you put a full stop, then the subconscious awakens first, and you have to deal with it, because the subconscious is not a beautiful place. So then, you deal with that loneliness and that desperation and that anger and everything, all that 63 births. And then later, once you start dealing with it with yoga power, then your unconscious will awaken. That is where the memory of your divinity, your purity, your, efficiency, or, your 16 celestial degrees full state lies. So that is why first quieten the conscious mind, then deal with the subconscious through yoga power, and then you will access the hidden treasure that's within, that lies within you. Okay? Om Shanti.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else wants to share?
Om Shanti, Didi.
Om Shanti.
Didi, in slogan today, Baba says in order to experience yoga, control your mind with the power of determination. So it's just the mind which has to be really tamed and controlled, because Didi, I always, like at times I just decide things that from today I'm going to do this, like, and this is going to be forever, like certain changes which I want in my life. But after a few days, just when I tried to just revisit what I had decided, and I just feel that was complete different personality of mine. So there are two personalities which, like at times I'm doing, I'm just so much focused on my whatever goals I have decided, and at times it's just the opposite personality which just controls you.
Yes.
So today Baba says that with the power of determination,
Yes.
you can just experience that.
Correct. And what is determination? Determination is, just like when you sow a seed, you have to keep watering it. Yes, similarly, when you create a thought, keep watering it. That is using the power of determination. So, if today I created this thought in the morning, let's say, that I will have 8 hours of yoga from today, okay? Then every 1 hour I have to revise that thought and then act accordingly. And when you keep doing that, then you will be able to overcome all the other thoughts that emerge and weaken that one thought. Okay? Om Shanti.